it is by far the most important thing in our lives as students. It dominates everything we do. We spend hours thinking about it, and we put so much work into it that as students, it is by far the most important thing. So for all the work that we put in, you would assume that the college admissions process would be inherently fair. It is the prerogative of the college to make it fair. But because of movements like affirmative action, which is the consideration of factors such as race or physical factors in the college admissions process, it has become anything but fair. It has become lopsided. So now we find that in this time of an integrated society, affirmative action is obsolete in philosophy and in mandate. So, to my first contention. Sorry. To my first point. Affirmative action is, in fact, unfair because it is promoting the education of a single or a few ethnicities as opposed to the education of an entire society. It is promoting one ethnicity as opposed to other ethnicities, and as a result, we get unfair educations. So, for example, you have an African American student, an extremely smart student. His family is well off, and he has a good chance of getting into college. On the other hand, you might have an Asian student, not doing as well, getting B's, C's, average. His family is maybe poor. Not as easy for him to get into college. But in the affirmative action system, the African American student is going to get a better raise, more chances because of his ethnicity. He's also going to get more scholarships, and because he's intelligent. But the point is, the Asian student needs this more. He's coming from a more difficult background, and because of his ethnicity, he gets fewer chances for getting into college, and that is wholly unfair. We can see in the United States Supreme Court case, the University of California v. Allen Back, that Allen Back was a white student, and he had the same GPA, the same SAT scores as other students of different ethnicities, but he was denied admissions on the basis of affirmative action. He sued for a while, and eventually he lost. But what he did do was change the entire scheme. Because of his Supreme Court case, 8 states actually changed their policies. They eliminated affirmative action. Those include California, Georgia, Florida, Texas, states like this. But there's still several states who haven't gotten rid of affirmative action, and that is why I'm making this speech today. Okay, secondly, it's obsolete. In the 1960s, President Kennedy issued affirmative action through an executive order. He did it with a great intent, to make society more integrated, to make the chances for minorities bigger in both the workplace and in education. But now we have a very integrated society. What I mean by that is that people of all ethnicities are ranked the social ladder. It doesn't matter what race you are. You still have an equal opportunity, an equal chance to be any class, socioeconomically. This is a very different time from when the executive order was issued in the 1960s, which we had just come out of desegregation movements, time of people like Martin Luther King. That was when affirmative action was needed, but now it has become obsolete. And yet, we haven't moved to change those, despite the times being changed. So, we found that, according to Bill Fresno, Forbes magazine, we are insulting Martin Luther King's dream of having an integrated society for students of equal opportunity by having affirmative action after it's become obsolete. So, let me address some counterclaims first of all. There have been many counterclaims that affirmative action is necessary because race is still tied to poverty. So what I mean by that is, in many places, there are still minorities who are very poor, and there are majorities who are still very rich. And of course, this is in some few areas, but in most areas, society is very integrated, as I explained. So we've seen one statistic which says that 7 out of 11 public universities, when affirmative action was gotten rid of, it actually increased admissions for minorities or made it more, or kept it stable. Affirmative action did not deny them admission. So in conclusion, we need affirmative action for the reason that it is obsolete in both mandate and philosophy, and because there are much better systems. like systems that address socioeconomic status rather than race. Thank you.
Thank you.